There's this series of videos going around on YouTube started by nandovmovies called One Excellent Scene, where a bunch of YouTubers are making videos about a single scene from the X-Men film franchise, and I decided I'd like to add to that. So, as soon as I decided to make one of these videos, I knew that there was only one movie that I could reasonably pull from, and that is, of course, Logan. I can still remember when the trailer came out for this movie. I watched the trailer so many times that whenever I hear Hurt by Johnny Cash, I immediately associate it with this movie. It was my number one most anticipated movie of the year, and that's saying something since a highly anticipated Star Wars movie came out that same year. If you literally take like 2 seconds to look at my catalog of videos, you'll realize just how much I love Star Wars. So, I hope that gives you an idea of just how excited I was for this movie. And I have to say that when I finally saw it, I was more than satisfied with what I got. It was a dark and depressing deconstruction of two characters that I kind of grew up with. This isn't just another fun-filled superhero adventure. It's a sad realization that no matter who you are and how powerful you are, that everything will fade. This is about a jaded Logan who doesn't care about anything anymore, but eventually changes to actually doing something important with what little life he has left. This is something that we understand right away with the opening scene of the movie, so that is what I will be talking about today. It opens with a black screen, with only the opening credits showing on screen. All you hear is the sounds of some people talking in what seems to be a vehicle. Then we get our opening shot, which introduces our main character, but not in the way we might expect. We expect the introduction of Wolverine to be some badass epic shot that shows us just how cool he is, but instead, we get this. He has been beaten down and locked in the back of a car. When he comes to, he doesn't seem to be in control of the situation or anything like that. He seems disoriented. We then get a shot of him stepping out of the vehicle. Wait, not stepping, but stumbling. He seems to be struggling to walk around the other side of the vehicle. He tries to talk to the guys who are stealing from his car, which is a pathetic attempt as one of the men just simply shoots him. He struggles to stand up as the men pay him no attention. He says this line.
Guys, seriously, you don't want to do this.
When you hear this, you think you're in for an awesome display of Logan's power, but it doesn't quite seem right. One of his claws isn't even working properly. Then, the men just start beating down on him with no problem. Not exactly the heroic introduction you'd expect. A fight scene ensues, but it's less fun and more brutal. More brutal than anything you've ever seen in an X-Men movie before. Logan doesn't have any hesitation with just simply killing these guys, which doesn't exactly seem heroic. At the end, he wins, but not without his scars. He stumbles back to the limo as the music comes in. Up to this point, there hasn't been any music to emphasize the absolute brutality of this whole situation. Now that the music comes in, it does nothing more than make you feel just how depressing Logan's life is at this point. He drives away from what just happened, and you think that there's nothing more that could possibly add to the utter despair of this scene. And then comes this little moment. You see his bloody knuckles from where the claws come out. You slowly see Logan's healing factor at work, and you feel every painful second of it. After this painful process is finally over, Logan simply gets dressed and goes back to work. I can't really put into words just how painful this scene is to watch, yet you can't look away. This man, who was once invincible, who has been the most beloved character in this entire franchise since the beginning, is mortal. He is depressed and doesn't even care about anything. The following scene shows Logan refuse to help someone in need because he doesn't believe in any of the things he used to. This is so jarring after seeing the character in all of the previous films. It is the perfect setup for the character growth that will happen throughout this film, and it is perfectly portrayed by Hugh Jackman's amazing performance. It's also just shot and edited perfectly to really make you feel the depravity of this character. The opening to Logan, really is one excellent scene.